Now you know that Zetsumei is not any casual team, as well as Crimson Era. This is a tale of revenge and redemption. But yeah, I'm not gonna be doing this alone as usual. I've got my analysis caster with me here, Face Yord. How do you feel, man?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Well, I'm so excited to be here once again, and I hope everyone had a lot of fun today. Crimson Era against Zetsumei. I think we can expect a tough game on our hands today.
Yeah, we can expect one, gonna be shared there. We're gonna be seeing some interesting plays, especially because in Crimson Era lineup, we've got Yorichi, Malcolm, Legacy, Tony, and Pog. And then for Zetsume, we've got Rin, Kane, to is that Tsunechi? And anti-hero with Zell. Okay, I know Zell, from the females tournament, but then that's the lineup, guys. And we've got an Alice first ban and an Irithel on the side of Crimson Era. Fisayo, what are our thoughts?
Yeah, the Alice ban is obviously targeted at Yorichi. We saw the havoc that Yorichi and Tony dealt to fake frauds, I believe. The last match, the duo was just unbelievably strong.
Yeah, it was strong. But then Yorichi, more known for the Belric pick though, and that will be the Belric ban from the side of Zetsume. They know that Yorichi did something to that pick in the last time. He did justice with it, and they will take it down. Malcolm responds by taking down the Shin. It seems like Shin is pretty getting popular in Nigeria server recently.
Yeah, the Yin has always been strong after his recent revamp. I don't think there's any particular tank that counters him right now, which is his continuous CC immunity and just dive into the fight, chase. He has a strong chase potential as well.
Yeah, got a strong chase potential, and that's another person with a strong chase potential band, and that's the one taken down with the Granger. It seems like there is a priority here, and that is high burst, high chase, and high mobility heroes. If you can see the Irithel taking down the Shin, the Granger as well, the 1-1, the Belric, and the Alice. But now we'll move on to the picks. The first stage of the ban is done, and that's really with the first pick here. He's got a lot of options here, and that's the Xbox secured by Tsunechi, an Xbox first pick, man.
Yeah, I think they've done their assignment as well. We know Crimson Era, they like to go for this, they like to rely on their tanks a lot. So I think this Xbox is to deter them a bit from picking any a tanky lineup. And as you can see,
Yeah,
they are hesitating a bit on their picks. So I believe the Xbox must have confused them or did something to their original plan.
yeah, but that's Yorichi, they be contemplating here, but no, that's Yorichi's signature pick there, the Gatoka, and he will go for it. Tony settling for the faster, and that's really with the painted skin on the Roger. But really, man, I mean, the Gato is definitely gonna have some fun if he picks that Roger.
Yeah, but still, he has to watch out for that X-Bug. Although X-Bug are going to be performing well in this tournament, though. But let's see what Tunechi will be able to do with it. And the Roger pick, Roger too has been strong, but I think it's just like YSS. You need continuous farm. You can't fall behind at any point in the game. If not, your damage is going to suffer.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that. But that anti-hero locking down the mistress herself, and that's the mistress of blood, Camilla. I don't know if we're gonna be seeing some Sicilian here, but that's the Sicilian. And Zell will take down the Sicilian. The star-crossed lovers are in the game. And then we're gonna be seeing some nice plays here. A bat fest and the cost of blood is in the game, Fisayo.
I don't know why they are doing this to we single people, though. I mean, what's with the show off? Come on. Are you trying to remind us that even game characters have a love of their life while we don't?
Yeah, if you're feeling single, wait till Zell uses the moonlit wilds, and then anti-hero becomes a part of him, and that's where you're gonna really feel single. All
Love that.
right
That
then.
you're pouring oil
Fox
to the
still
fight.
going.
Come on.
Yeah, Fox still going with the signature pick here with the Lapu, and that's the Clint being banned. The fourth marksman being banned in this draft phase. you can tell that the trend is really, really moving on to the marksman area.
Yeah, and I think they also made the mistake of not choosing the marksman very early. Although I bet they were not expecting Crimson Era to target ban the marksman role.
Yeah, they were not expecting that, but that's the fifth marksman taken down, and Legacy has a chance here. He's the marksman, so I don't know if he's gonna take down another marksman, but that would be the sixth one if he does. And I don't know which marksman would be left if they take down everyone.
They are probably going to take down Melissa because Melissa too is kind of strong. Oh, they go for the Beatrix though.
Yeah, that's man, that's the sixth marksman being banned. Jesus, these guys, what are you trying to do? Remove everybody on the good lane?
That would be the seventh. The YSS also counts as a marksman, you know.
Yeah, but then Rin has another ban left. They might take down another one, maybe a Kimi, but no, that's an assassin. The Duke of Shards goes down, and that's Malcolm with the next pick for Crimson Era.
Yeah, let's see if they are still leaning towards their tanky lineup. You know, the last match they played, they were so tanky that the opponent had like a tough time taking them down. They are okay. They have a Roma already, so and a mage, so we can't expect to see an Angela in this match.
Yeah, definitely. But there's Legacy locking down the Bruno, and Riri still contemplating on this Roger here. But Kane on the Broody here locks down the Broody. That's a very nice. So we're gonna be seeing some corrosive strike, turn up our memories, and on the side of Legacy, we're gonna be seeing some sliding tackles, some Waldy, and some volley shots. And Riri locks down the Lycan King, the Wolf King rather, and Malcolm with the last pick for Crimson Era. You have to make this work unless you're not gonna like it so much. But Malcolm, okay, Hayabusa is looking good.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not. That's a Alucard. It's not exactly the best option to go for right now. I still think that the Hayabusa would be better against the Broody, man.
Yeah, there's just too much CC. If you jump in, you have the Brody stunning you. You have the Xbox using its fast stakes to pull you back. You have the Camilla with her S2 as well. There's just too much. Even the Sicilian has its own CC.
Yeah,
Or,
he does not listen to any. He does not listen to any of your warnings, Fisayo. He will go for the Alucard in spite of it.
yeah, we don't know. Let's see how well they play. It depends on how well they play, though. This is, as usual, we remind ourselves that this is Mobile Legends Bang Bang. We saw a haircut goal yesterday and a Kadita EXP, and they actually went ahead to win that game. So
Yeah,
anything
but
can
don't
happen.
forget that was El Cartels, and that's one of the top teams in Nigeria. So this isn't them. This is Crimson Era versus Zetsumei as we head into the loading screen. By the way, chat, I want to mention this real quick. I actually have a power problem. So my Infinix is actually down right now, so I can't actually engage you guys. So I'm not actually seeing the comments right now. Usually I would, but this would just be me and Fisayo discussing the draft. So man, which drafts are you inclining towards?
Uh, I think I like Zetsumei's draft more. It is traditional standard, the normal back to front, but we have to talk about Crimson Era as well. It is pretty strong, especially with the Gato. But I don't know if the Gato is going to be able to stand the true damage coming from the Xbox because he has to stay in front. Okay, they have the Lapo as well, but the Lapo is not going to be staying in front. He has to come in from the back, dive into the back line, and see if he can eliminate the Brody or the Sicilian. But we know the Sicilian has his all to get away, and the Brody has the flicker. So let's see how well they play.
Yeah, let's see how well they play. Utility, it's not just about the picks, it's how you use them. And that's something you need to consider here. But that will start the game, guys, as we get straight into the game one. And down bottom, you can see they're already assisting the jungler here in to start out the orange buff. Meanwhile, up top, Malcolm starting out the purple buff on his end.
Yeah, just the normal starting of the game. I don't think we could be seeing any action this early. Both are just going to farm, and see. But we should get our first fight by the first turtle.
Yeah, but then that's Legacy there, taking out the last minion wave there. And that's Karen, a bit behind here, has to make sure that he gets that last minion in. But there's the Abyss Impact onto the last linear wave up top on the gold lane, trying to drag the gold crab, and we'll take it. Wow, against Legacy. Legacy will lose the gold crab. Meanwhile, towards the mid lane there's a lethal contest cooking up. Malcolm, you have to be careful around this one. But no, you will lose that lethal, and that's Rain, not ready yet, but almost on level 4 here. Malcolm might just be the first one. There's a 4-man gang cooking up top, and that's the Sanguine Claws and the Bat Impact missing. Yorichi frontlining as he should. It's a Roma, but that's Malcolm almost on level 4. Almost there. Yes, that's the level 4. Official wave is unlocked, and that's the Cost of Crow onto anti-hero. He needs to be careful there. The Moonlit Wax is available, but you need to also give Zell a chance to use it. If you go down so fast, she's not going to have that much of a chance. But no, mid lane, okay? It's starting to get a bit violent here. Rain, okay? Has to be patient. The turtle will spawn soon. You can't afford to make any rash moves right now.
Yeah, they are giving this to. Oh, I thought they were going to give it to Tony so he can get his ult real fast. But the wave is going to him definitely.
Yeah, the wave would have to go to him. But then that's Yorichi and Pog on the mid lane there. Pog has left his lane there. And you can see the rotation. Tony on the EXP lane now. Almost on level 4. Yeah, now on level 4 here. As the Feather Strike. So then that's the total will be started by Rin with a bloody retribution. And then really checking it out. Zetsumei already dominating, zoning out Crimson Era here. They will take the first total there. The T5 breaks that last instead of flicker back in. Tony goes down, first one back, and now another one. Yorichi falls. Tony gets the double. No, Tsunechi falls again, and that's Malcolm. Gonna get away. No, Rin finds the kill on the mid lane, and that's Zell clearing the waves on the mid lane. Meanwhile, up top, they will start. Kane will take out the gold on the tier 1 competition.
Yeah, that was not a very good team fight for them. And the Bruno right now, he only has one job, which is to farm up. You are strong as the Bruno, but not that strong in this early game. Now the Brody is already very ahead, and I don't think there's a way he can win this lane alone anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that, but that's the bloodbath coming in, and Samuel close Bat Impact, but that's the pause from Camillus as the ref will halt the game on the signal of the members. Okay, seems like there's an on pause there, and the match will come back there. And that's Kane taking advantage of the teammate support, but he cannot push that lane just yet. Anti-hero camping up top, and there's no support yet from Crimson Era. Zetsumei are taking advantage of the numbers here, but no, he will try more. Anti-hero, Bloodbath goes down bottom to the mid lane, and really both teams just have to play safe at this point.
Yeah. Okay. There's nothing much going on the map. Just teams farming.
Yeah, don't meanwhile, Pog, or okay, homeland defender, but that's him losing the Firaga armor to Nechi. Has to play it safe now, doesn't have immortality, so if he goes down, he goes down, but that's maximum hits. Our cross connects with the Bat Impact. OG, a bit late from your Richie. He already falls down. Tony waits the Feather Strike, and that's anti-hero falling down to the turrets, and one cross connects with the Bat Impact, and that's Zetsumei pulling back from the team fight. That is not a worthy risk. They've already lost their Roma, a Roma there for Legacy, a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, and Kane just took down Legacy up top as well. Like we said, the Brody is strong. The Bruno is strong, but against the Brody that is just as equally strong in the early game, you can't afford to be behind. And that time when he left the gold lane to go help the team with the turtle, I don't think that was a very good idea.
Yeah, you have to ask the questions here. You have to really ask these questions, man. But then if you think about it really well, the game is paused. So that was a signal from Crimson Era. They really needed that pause. They've been spamming the recalls, 3 members there. It seems like they're struggling with the network. So right now we're just gonna have to talk about the game, man. I mean, right now Crimson Era are not exactly playing at their best because it seems like they have a member of their team that is having some network issues there, hence the need for the recall spams. But then you can see Zetsumei really dominating here. They already have the gold lead. That's a 3k gap. And then they already have the Q lead, a 3Q lead, man. Zetsumei already controlling the game. But is this as a result of Crimson Era having network issues and not being able to play at their full? Or do you think they just had that momentum going from the onset?
I believe they just have that momentum going from the onset. They have a lot of heroes that can carry them in the early game. We have the Xborg, even the Camilla. will always be a problem starting from level 1, or let's say level 2. Once she unlocks her S1 and S2, she can just stay in the middle of the enemy and continue regening health with that S1 while she keeps stunning them with the S2 as well. And the Roger, like I said, as long as you keep farming, you won't fall behind in farm. And we saw the benefit of that. Immediately they took the turtle. I think he was able to get like 2 kills from that fight as well. Uh, the Xbox are just been paying dividend, and the Brody is just doing what the Brody does. Bully in the early game, and by taking out the Clint. Yeah, let's go back to the draft pick now. By taking out the Clint, I think they took out one of the heroes that they call bullies in the lane. Heroes that from early they can dominate the lane and pressurize the opponent. So in case of domination, I think the Beatrix, the Clint are like the only ones that can stand toe to toe with the Brody in terms of early game damage.
Yeah, I do agree. Especially in the early games, that's something you need to consider because the quick draw from the Clint can be a very good poke and a very good kill. But then the game is still paused here, and I really wish I could engage the comments, but unfortunately I can't see them. Like I said, I do have a power problem. But then we have to talk about these picks here, man. We do have to talk about them. You mean you have a Camilla and a Sicilian? That is a lot of CC on its own, also a lot of magic damage. We don't want to talk about the Camilla cost of blood and how she's able to transfer damage within connected characters, but that will be a discussion for another time. The game has been unpaused by the ref Cornelius, and that's Malcolm up top rotating for this turtle here, but Zetsumei way ahead of them. They will start at the turtle here. Crimson Era, they don't have a chance, but that strike comes in, not able to steal it though, and that's Malcolm ground splitter defensively, but no! A last incentive flicker. Malcolm still gets away with ground splitter. And that's Malcolm. The man knows that he doesn't have to dive, that he just has to escape. But that's Pog down bottom of the mid lane there, and that's Lanshika. But he has to get away. He's outnumbered there. It's a 4-on-1 Pog. Raging Slash defensively to get into the safety of the turrets. That was a wise decision. I like the fact that Crimson Era aren't taking any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, we can see this is like an upgrade from their game against fake frauds. I remember in their last match, they have this particular beef with disengaging after a fight, an engage.
Yeah, that was an engage there, but then there's just 4-man there outnumbering our anti-hero trying to defend Kane as much as he can. But then they have noticed, Crimson Hera has realized that, okay, they've seen us, they know we are here, so there's no point in us hanging around, and they will go back to do whatever they can do on their lanes, because right now the wave clear and the farm, okay, Zell and anti-hero, and that's the wing by wings from Tony, spots the danger, the man moves, that's the thing, that's what you should do. Whenever you're a mage and you see danger up ahead, you give your distance, but that's anti-hero there with the Crimson Wings. And the Sanguine Claws misses Feather strike to zone them out from taking the tier 1 on the mid lane. Meanwhile, Malcolm, I don't know what Malcolm is trying to do here. Last instead is defensively. The last shake-up flicker does not call a raging slash. But Tony takes the kill against Tunechi. And that's for going down to Zell. What's more with active from Yorichi taking so much damage. Yorichi trying to go out to get away from danger. And he will be able to. Malcolm, meanwhile, trying to get up top to take out that orange buff. But that's Tony trying to make sure that they don't take that tier 1 on the mid lane. That's the thing. You have to protect that tier 1 because when they take down that turret, it will open up the map, man.
Yeah, definitely. And we have to talk about Malcolm on this Alucard. He's really playing the hero well right now, though. I did not believe it would be this effective, and he was even able to steal away the turtle from Rain earlier. The second turtle, he was able to steal it away. They got it.
Yeah, but that's a 2-man Sanguine Claws with batting back connects though. And that's the double! The torn apart memory from Kane takes out Tony and Pog at the same time. Feel what Broody feels. And that's an AOG from Yorichi. Late one of that. Malcolm takes the total. And that's Yorichi taking damage. 2 corrosive strikes, 3 corrosive stacks, maximum stacks. And Kane takes the kill. And Kane gets an unofficial triple. The man is styling on Crimson Era as they will go for the late push. Meanwhile, up top, Tunechi has to withdraw as he tries to take the tier 2. on the EXP lane.
Yeah, and once again, I don't know what happened to Rain's red tree. Maybe he also had a little bit of a network problem or something. I don't know, but he's ahead. He was ahead of Malcolm, and still Malcolm was able to get the red tree once again. That's two turtles lost, and they did most of the work.
Yeah, definitely. 5K gold lead now. Zetsumei ahead, and that's a 7 kill lead. The wave lead and the turret lead. Crimson Era are behind in everything. They have to be very careful here, though, with the decisions they make, especially when Legacy isn't up to farm yet against Kane, and Kane right now is starting to snowball. That's the thing about the Broody, 301 bounty on him. So he's definitely going to be on the hit list. But that's the one clause. Playing back Yorichi, but nothing too serious there, man. Both teams just know that they don't have to make any unnecessary risk and just wave clear.
I don't know if the Alucard changed his boots, but he's just getting his CD boots, like the complete thing just now.
Yeah, you'd wonder that, right? But that's Malcolm still on the flame retribution here. And Yorichi, Crimson Era are not engaging. And that's a little bit of aggression there from Tunechi. Okay, he has to get away though. The Lord spawn in 7. They need him to zone them out. And Rain has to get that retry in this time around. And then up top, I don't know. It seems like they're trying to pressure Malcolm. Obsidian Blade on this Alucard here. That's the legendary skin. Very good skin like that. But the Lord Dancer spawned, and I'm starting to digress a little. Pog trying to call me like an ESP should, but they give a poke there, and that's the Jungle Warrior. Okay, Brave Sparta defensively, but flickers in, and that's Last Infinity, not able to take anyone. Land Shaker, but Tunechi gets the kill. Predator Spike comes in, takes out the Immortality. Kane takes out Malcolm. They're pushing for more. Zetsumei are not satisfied, and that's another double for Kane, triple for Kane, and no, Corrosive Spike Ring takes his Maniac. He will steal it from him, but the Broody is still in the business of making them feel pain. As pain is the proof that he's still alive in this game. Crimson Hera has to respond to this, unless it will not be a favorable outcome for them. It's a 4-for-none trade in favor of Zetsumei.
Yeah, and you would see the KDA right from the early game. That this is the same kill that Crimson Era have gotten since, which shows that Zetsumei are so ahead right now that any damage that Crimson Era is dealing is not doing much. It's not doing anything at all.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. And that's Kane there, now on level 13, the highest level right now. The least person, only person that can match him right now is Malcolm. But you can now tell that Alucard is not exactly performing up to par right now. And that's the Lord approaching from the EX plane. Meanwhile, Rain is that an open fire from the Hunter state. Moss back into the Lycan form, though. Excuse me. They have to be patient. They have to be patient with this siege. And that's Rain there with the open fire. He has to be very patient. The Lord hasn't gotten there yet. You have to walk in with the Lord, and that's the trust there. Trying to take out the minion waves. Rain supporting the Lord here. Zetsumei are waiting for their chance, and that's the trust. The Lord goes in, but that's open fire. They might like and form. And that's the blood testing how the turret is almost down, and the cost of blood comes in. Okay, Varus fights up, but Paul goes down to Kane, and Kane finds double stacks there. On Legacy, Kane takes a double, and it's not done. That's triple stacks on Yorichi, and the turnabout memory not able to take him out, and the stacks are not used. 4 stacks now, and the man is not done. He's still attacking. Kane, what are you up to? 4 stacks, but Rin steals it again with the Lycan pounds. The base is almost done, but Zetsumei, they want to take out the inhibitor turrets. They will try to end things on time. And Crimson Era, their numbers are starting to recall back. It's like, okay, someone cross, push back, Abyssing back. But no, Tony flickers out. And that's the previous fighter from Pog. They're trying to defend. Okay, goes in Malcolm with pursuits, gets away, but Kane doesn't let him. Kane gets a double. And right now, this Broody is the most wanted on Crimson Era hit list. But that's not all. Zetsumei are determined to end the game. The base is almost out. But Zetsumei, the AOG doesn't land on time for Yorichi. Zetsumei have taken the win as they take game 1.
Yeah, that was a very well played game. They came and stood on business. I think that this is still the fastest game that we have ever. This is like 12 minutes 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, it's the fastest game, man. So far, it's the fastest game. I mean, they didn't even get level 15, guy.
No. Yeah, most of them didn't get to level 15. Most of them didn't. But I
Yeah,
think one of the reasons why Crimson Era were playing so bad here is because of the Lapu Lapu. He was not doing so much in this game actually. I know he's supposed to be the front liner, but he was dying, like he was losing so much health. He was dying way too soon before the ult even comes out and he uses the raging slash. Maybe he's already dead or he's already low on health, and by the time he lands the raging slash, all they have to do is finish him off. Well, contrary to
yeah,
that, though,
yeah.
oh, the Gato that's supposed to front line, he didn't die as much. So you have to wonder if they had a miscommunication or something there. Maybe the role was reversed somewhere along the line where the Lapu has to go in first before the Gato, which is not supposed to be. The Gato was supposed to go in before the Lapu. I believe that was supposed to be the game plan.
Yeah, yeah. But then it wasn't exactly something that worked out so well for them. And really, I think Crimson Hera, if they can patch up on a little of what they did, I think things can change for them. But with the way Zetsumei played, man, I mean, Kane is definitely gonna have to, it's definitely gonna be their priority right now.
Yeah, it is. And I think they are going to revise. Oh, that must be. Now it's all coming together. That must be why we had how many bands again? 4 bands on Crimson Era side. I believe they were scared of Kane right from the start of the game. That's why they kept banning Marksman.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with all the marksman bans we saw, that was almost five marksman bans in total. You can tell
Yeah.
that definitely Kane was someone that they were wary of from the start. But then let's see how game two goes. They definitely we're gonna be seeing some broody bans. Or if they don't take down the broody, they might pick the broody, and that might come from the side of Crimson Era. That was a strategy that we saw being used by El Cartel yesterday. I mean, Tatsuya was there. They didn't ban the Uranus, they used the Uranus instead. So it's like, okay, I might not be able to counter your strongest weapon, so I'll just use it myself.
Yeah, we might see something like that. Maybe they will go for the Brody now, or maybe they won't ban as much gold laner this time to give themselves more option as well. You know, when you ban a hero, it means you're also preventing yourself from using that hero. And I have to say, what Crimson Era was lacking in that. Are you okay?
Yeah, come here, I can hear you.
Yeah, what Crimson Era was mainly lacking in that game was serious burst physical damage. They needed an assassin in that game, but since they went for the Alucard instead and the Lapu as well, what they had was continuous damage. And what Zetsumei's comp was good at is taking damage. I mean, if you do damage to the Camilla, she's just going to heal back up. If you do damage to the Cecilian, it's going to heal back up with his ult. If you try to do damage to the Roger, it can just like and pounce his way out of there. You try to catch the you try to catch the Brody as well. He can stun you, and the more stacks he has on you, and the more damage he deals, and you might actually die before you are able to do anything at all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then I still feel like an Hayabusa would have been a better pick for Malcolm there, but we didn't get to see that. The Hayabusa would have given Kane a tough time because the quad shadows, man. I mean, you have to be wary of that. But hopefully, Crimson Era sees this and they make sure that they don't fall for the same trap they fell the last time, which was letting Kane use the Broody, and you can ban all the marksmans, and I'm sure Kane still has more. Where that came from, because that wasn't just a gameplay we saw there. That was domination, man.
Yeah, it was. That shows that he's not just he's a versatile player. Even if you ban, you can't you don't have enough ban space for the marksman, but maybe let's assume you have enough ban space for the marksman. I won't be surprised if this guy pulls out a fighter in the gold lane or a mage in the gold lane. What he played just there was not the Brody. He played the gold lane itself. I
Yeah,
don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That's maximum proficiency on the lane, not only the hero this time, on the lane.
yeah. That's how analysis casts are doing his thing, all right. But that's everyone readied up in the lobby. And really, we have to ask ourselves these questions. Are Crimson Era ready for this game too? And hopefully, with their drafting, trusting in Yorichi's leadership, will they be able to draft a proper lineup this time that will work against Zetsumei, or will Zetsumei still have the better draft and take game two that will conclude the match and the semifinals? But that question will be answered as we get straight into the draft pick. Yorichi with the first band, the leader. Of course, he has to set an example. Okay, okay. So Yorichi with the first band, and you really have to
Let's
be
see what they
careful here.
change this time.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Sicilian band, man. Okay, seems like network is starting to have some interference. We're trying to have some interference there. But yeah, Alice taking down the Xbox, taking down. Okay, I see what they're doing here. I see what Crimson Era is doing, but really, if I mean counter bans here, they are pretty good strategy. But can Zetsumei actually recover from this, or will how is Zetsumei responsible? They're taking down the 1-1. That's actually pretty good. Face, are you back?
Yeah,
Okay, so we can see the bands right now. They've got a Yuson Shin taking down, a Sicilian taking down, and they've also got a Alice and 1-1 with the Xbox, man. What are our thoughts? Okay. It seems like there's some serious network issues getting in the way here. But that's Yorichi. Okay. Okay, this is new. Yorichi going for a juicing. I'm pretty sure he wanted to secure it up top for up first for his teammate though, because Yorichi is the Roma and his Beric is banned. So I definitely don't think he's going for the mid lane. I think he's gonna secure it for his mid laner here. I think they're trying to see the remaining picks. But that's Kane going with the Irithel. The Brody is in band though, so he has a chance to actually go for it again. But no, chooses the Irithel. Since the Irithel is in band and Malcolm and Legacy, they have the next few picks, man. And Fisayo, if you're back there, what do you think, man? Okay, seems like he's in back yet, but that's Legacy there, locking down the CC and Pog with the Gato. Wow, that's definitely gonna be swapped with Yorichi because Yorichi is the Roma. But then we could actually consider some other things here because Pog is also the EXP laner, and they could actually go for a Gato EXP. So that can work. And then Tunechi here with the Yuzhong. I mean, we don't get to say Yuzhong pick all the time. So that's something that is definitely not common. And Tony and Malcolm, they definitely have to go for an assassin jungler that would really work against Kane because Kane is a big threat to Crimson Era. And if they want to take game two, they have to make sure they have him on lockdown because that guy is not someone to be messed with right from the way he played in the first game. And Zell, the Sicilian is banned, takes down the Amon. Okay, the Amon was taken down last time, and the Amon was taking down this time around again. So I definitely don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't know who they're banning this for, but hey, let's just see how the draft eventually turns out. And that's Tony. Tony has the pick here. The ban rather. Two more bans left. Tony. He might take down. The Sicilian is taking down already. Takes down the Roger for Rin. So Rin definitely have to consider another jungle here. And Rin, okay, with the ban. Okay, Tony. Malcolm hasn't picked. Tony hasn't picked. So you could actually take down the heroes they used the last time, which is the strategy that you'd want to go for. But then Zetsumei takes down the Broody. Okay, I mean, I just suggested this to Fisayo before that if you can actually, if your opponent won't use this pick, you'd use them in return. But that's the Brody taken down by Zetsumei. They don't want it to be used by Crimson Era, and they didn't actually use it since the Kane has already picked the Rethel. But Malcolm, you have to make sure that you go for something that works against Kane. You have to be careful here because you can't afford to go for that look at again. It's not just gonna work out.
I'm really sorry about that. My phone said, fuck it, I'm going to sleep on off by itself. So I'm
Okay,
back
that's
now.
fine. Yeah, but looking at the draft, man, I mean, what do you think, man?
All right. So kudos to Zetsumei for the rest for respect banning the Alice and Yorichi's Belleric again. But for now, I think this is still like the same game plan for them. Front to front, the normal front to back, the balanced composition that never fails, always strong. While for Crimson Era, they are going for displacement this time. Although I think it is dangerous for you to bring a hero like Yuzong right into your team, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. It was a very wise move. But if you really think about it here, Zell has left the Sicilian and is now going for the Duchess of Necrokeep. Damn,
Yeah,
it's a pick your poison here. It's either you go for the Deadly Grasp or you go for the Sanguine Claws.
the Sicilian is banned, so I believe that was why he went for the
Yeah, the
Vexana.
Vexana. Yeah, but it's a pick your poison if you think about it because both mages have good CC and damage, man. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, but do you think the Purify is enough to get the Vexana? Oh, he went for Flick instead. And let's say, do you think the Purify is enough to get the Vexana out of the range of the Gato? You know, the Gato can be pretty persistent.
Yeah, it can be pretty persistent and annoyingly one at that because Rain, my goodness, that is Hanzo, the strongest ninja. Oh my goodness. You don't want a Hanzo here, but that's Rain. Okay, Alucard. Is this Zetsumei trying to show Crimson Era that they can use the Alucard better?
Yeah, probably. And I think even if they go for it, their own their comp right now is enough to manage it. The only problem they are going to be having is the Gato right in the front line. He won't expect to be taking that Gato down anytime soon. And in the meantime, oh, he
Yeah,
actually went for it. And in the
that's
meantime,
definitely a smart
while he's
pick.
dealing with the Gato, he's getting damaged by the CC, getting damaged by the Zuxin. So if he doesn't play this well, I think going to regret going for that hero this game as well.
Yeah, but then you have to consider here they have the Juicing. So that Juicing is definitely going to be problematic for the Yuzhong and the Alucard in the long run, especially if Tony knows what he's doing. That is a meta mage pick, man. I mean, Jesus, did you see, man?
Yeah, she's one of those heroes that stays like consistent no matter the meta, like them Cho and Beatrix, for example. But I asked the question at that time, but I think you didn't get that. I was saying, is it advisable with the Zuxin for you to bring a hero like Yuzong right into the middle of your team? You know, the Yuzong deals well with a large crowd. You know, the more people he hits his skills, the more they like you and things like that. So which will be
Yeah.
counterproductive. So I don't know if that is I don't know how he's going to play the Zuxin though. We'll have to see.
Exactly, especially since he's using a purify instead of a flicker here. But I'm pretty sure that's for the Vexana and the Camilla Cause of Blood. You have to really consider a lot of things here. Tony and Legacy definitely have to be very careful with their positioning and especially with their use of the purify because you might be able to dodge Tunechi's Fury Dive. But what happens to anti-heroes Cause of Blood? Zell's Deadly Grasp? There's just a lot of CC on the side of Zetsumei that they have to worry about. And I personally feel that if a purify on these heroes, I don't know, man. Let's just see. I mean, it all matters on how you use it, but that will be us getting into the game. This is game two, Zetsumei versus Crimson Era. Let's see if Crimson Era have something in store to take game two, or if Zetsumei are gonna call it a straight up 2-0 win. As we get straight back there, down bottom on the EXP lane, we can see Pog already there. That's Yo-Yo Blitz onto the minion waves. Meanwhile, up top, Zell on this lethal here. You want to take it out? Yeah, takes it out. Doesn't wait for the jungler here. That's the cost blast to take out the lethal. But then both teams are just farming right now. The usual early game, man.
Yeah, just the usual early game. We have two purifies. Yeah, two purifies, two vengeance. That's on the Gato and the Camilla. We have one sprint on a gank up top.
Yeah, there's a gang up top, but that's Legacy. You have to be very careful on Nibiru here. You have to be very, very careful, man. That's 4 for 4. and Crimson Era are matching Zetsumei's numbers. And the Lantern Flare to poke the pushes there. That's the stun with the Bloodbath and the Cost Blast as well with Deadly Grass. Yorichi taking in all. And that's the Thundros trying to dive in. Puncture. Malcolm with the Phantom Execution. Trying to get up close to the Urethel. But that's... Ooh, Malcolm is the first blood as Zell gets the kill with the Cost Blast. And that is the jungler being the first blood just before the total spawn.
Yeah, Malcolm didn't play that well. I'm not a Lancelot player, but I believe that the Dotun.
Yeah, they started the turtle there. And that, okay, trying to get away there. And that's Yorichi frontlining, but the Bloodbath connects there, trying to restrict him. The Fury dive with the Petrifier. Yorichi goes down to Zell, and Rin takes the total there. Zetsumei finds Malcolm. Malcolm falls, and Rin waits the calling call onto him and Zell, restraining their movements, but that will not be anything lethal as both teams disengage.
Yeah, I'm starting to think Malcolm doesn't actually play this Lancelot. Maybe they just went for it out of desperation. Because, like I said, I'm not a Lancelot player, but at least time skills work. You need the stacks from your S1 for your S2 to be able to do maximum damage. But in that gank up top, he started with its S2 before he started going for the S1, 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 and he altered the Irithel, which didn't do like enough damage. So I don't know if I'm tripping or maybe he misclicked his skills there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know, man. It could be a panic top, but then that's up top legacy. There's a gank waiting for you here. Zell and Anti-Hero holding their position, but that support coming in. Crimson Era still matching their numbers, and that's the Lantern Flare. More on there coming in. Tony gets caught in that CC, but not really so hasty to use that Purify just yet. Tony being very calculative with his moves here, and that's Lantern Flare onto Anti-Hero. Anti-Hero with the Bloodbath to get away. And that's the Camilla for you, man. There's a lot of mobility. Thundros onto the minion waves on the mid lane. But Legacy, just waiting it out at this point on Bennett, trying to take out his Gold Crab. That support. Crimson Era still matching the numbers. That's a 3-on-3. Anti-Hero, Lantern Flare to check the bushes. Tony pulling back, okay. But that's nothing too serious there. Yorichi frontlining like a tank should. The Turtle has spawned and is calling their name. Anti-Hero giving vision like a Roma should. And Malcolm rotating. Okay, Thundros onto the minion waves at the mid lane. Tony taking the minion waves out, clearing it. Yorichi enters the bushes here. That's what Roma should. Unbreakable defensively to get away. Doesn't need to engage. Just has to play it safe. But then up top, there was a rotation there from Tunechi to miss that. Fury dive comes in as well with the soul grip. But he has to get away. The Lantern Flare with the Crimson Beacon is out, and that's Tony investing his resources. Fog almost goes down. AOG misses, and the Unbreakable as well. And that's more. Fog goes down. Kane finds the kill. Urin finds Malcolm. Atiro goes down to Yorichi, and more are falling. And Reap takes the total there and gets a double. 4 members of Crimson Era are gone. A near wipeout and maniac for in. He will not let that one slide as he wipes Crimson Era out, but the numbers will quickly return.
Yeah, we are getting a replay of what happened in the first game now. And contrary to what Malcolm played, this Alucard is actually styling on everyone right now. So first game, it was Kane that was showing them that, I'm here. But this time it is Rain telling them that don't write off the Alucard yet. The Alucard is just as strong as the company.
Yeah, strong as it can be. But then that's Tunechi there. It's a 1v2 down on the EXP lane. And that's more puncture. But Malcolm will miss that one. Thundros comes in with the final execution. But Punk takes the kill with the yo-yo plates. Meanwhile, up top on the gold lane, Anti-Hero finds Yorichi. And that's the Crimson Beacon used by Tony. And the Purify popped already. And Rin, okay, has to retreat now. They have taken down the tier 1 on the gold lane. There's no point in pushing any further. They try to take out the tier 2, but no will do as Tony comes into defense. Okay, you can see Anti-Hero, okay, holding the line there, holding the position, but Zetsumei are not interested in an engage right now.
They're so ahead right now, and I think they should just play it safe. Don't overextend. Don't make any mistakes, and don't get play sense. Because this kind of games, you think you are winning, but You give the opponent maybe a chance to shut you down, and you just see how the game just turns. The tide turns right from there.
Yeah, the tide can turn really quickly. But that's anti-hero with the bloodbath. Stuns Legacy. Legacy has to get out scores of blood onto two more. Where that came from, anti-hero, but they will get away. And that's the purifier used by Legacy to escape that situation just before the total dance starts. And Crimson Era has little resources to contest for this total as Ring takes it.
Yeah, Malcolm is like 2 levels, three now, 3 levels below Rain. So I don't think there's nothing they can do right now except to just find farms across the map. They're
Yeah,
ganking on the
find farms
CC.
across the map. The Queen's Roar comes in as well. And that's a 5-man turret dive against Bog on the EXP lane. Zetsumei are making Crimson Era see Zetsubo. But yeah, that's a Japanese reference, by the way. If you don't watch anime, well, I don't know, man.
Show off.
Yeah, show off indeed. Off my fluency in Japanese, but Legacy up top. They try to take the tier 1 here. But meanwhile, anti-hero pull back with the lantern flare and the black dragon form comes out to Nechi. Try to make a stance against Rorichi here. But no, that's to clear the waves here. So Grip with the Fury Dive comes in as well with the Petrify. But no, to Nechi has to go back now. Pull back with the lantern flare to Nechi. The dragon tail connects onto two. And the cutting call as well. Trying to restrain the movement to Nechi with the dragon tail and the Fury Dive again. To Nechi gets pulled back. To Nechi, Liberal Fashion, but does not take him out. To Nechi is low, but he will be taken down by Tony. And that's Tony making a stance against that EXP laner.
Yeah, you. Oh, I was going to say something in Yoruba, but let's just leave it like that. So they just showed to Nechi that he can't continue doing that. You are not a Hylos, you are not an X-Borg that has like 2 lives. You are not a Ruby that can continuously kill CCs like that. For the Yuzong, your skills has to hit like a lot of people for you to have that much sustain. But with that much people ganking on him, I don't think he was going to survive that anyway.
Yeah, definitely. The wise said is sustain has a lot of sustain, but then in a situation like that, I don't know. But that Zell there, okay, Boyan Bounce comes in, but the eternal guard to defend Zell is right on track and will respond to that move from Pog. But the Lord has started. The dance is here. And that is Zetsumei taking it with little or no contest. Okay, Malcolm might just want to make a move here with the blood retribution. Malcolm still set, and that's the turn throws to get away. Malcolm will fall, but the Lord has been taken by him. Yorichi comes into the finish. Jungler takes out anti-hero as a revenge there. And that's a 2-man lantern flare. Yorichi with the steel bones. Can he sustain this much? Yorichi trying to get away, but that's more. Nechi takes him out. And that's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Crimson Era as they take the Lord and the siege. The Lord approaches from the gold lane. Legacy takes out the tier 2 on the gold lane.
Yeah, while they were fighting down bot, Legacy was up there, wreaking havoc to the turret. This game is not about how many kills you get. I believe there's actually an introduction message in the loading screen that says, don't get too caught up in your kill counts. This game is won by what? Destroying the base turret. And I think they are going to play for objectives now. They know they're already behind. So they're just looking for scraps on the map right now. They are bot now.
Yeah, you're looking for Zetsumei definitely have to be careful not to get too engrossed with the kills, and they have to make sure that they get those objectives in as well. We can't afford more steals from Malcolm like before. That will be detrimental to the lead they have right now on the game because they currently have a 4K gold lead and the kill lead with the turret lead. You can't afford for any more pushing and Lord stealing.
Yeah, this is like a replay of what happened in the first game as well. I don't know what happened with Ruin's red tree. Maybe he's not really good at red tree. We don't know. So, but he keeps letting Malcolm steal this objective from him, even though Malcolm is, which is surprising. Malcolm is levels ahead of Malcolm. I don't know how he keeps doing that. Maybe he has I don't know. How do you think he keeps doing that? The distractions or what?
Yeah, I'm still wondering, but then we might see a replay of how he's doing it. But that's Tunechi there up top, trying to make sure that the waves are in line as this Lord will spawn in 50 seconds. Zetsumei are not taking any risks again. They want to make sure their waves are in order to prevent Crimson Era from pulling what Legacy did the last time during the Lord Dance.
Yeah, and I hope they'll be able to put themselves together and go for like another winning team fight, because the Beatrix is getting her items now and she will start dealing massive damage. She went for the BOD fourth item. That was what delayed her farm the most. But as you can see, she already has the Sea Halberd as well. So the Ryu Zong won't be as dominant as before, and the Camilla is definitely going to suffer a bit because of the extra HP damage that the Sea Halberd deals.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. But then that's the bloodbath from anti-hero. He's trying to signal an engagement, but no, that's a feint. And the Lord has spawned, and Zetsumei will start it. Kane frontlining that one, and they will try to provide cover for him. There, Yorichi tries to check the bushes defensively. Okay, walks into that one, and it's still bones, but Yorichi is not interested in engaging, and they're not interested in contesting. I can see Pog's position. I don't know what they're trying to do. Is this a Paisa strategy there? Rin, Pog, you're the only one there, but the Boyan bounce to get away from the ground splitter. But that's Tunechi engaging him there with the soul grip and the dragon tail. Shall residue will erupt. And that's them abandoning the Lord and the Lord resetting. Yorichi gets caught in that one there. Okay, that's the thing about the Roma. Yorichi falls to anti-hero. And that's the patriarchal form. They're trying to go for a cleanup here. Zetsumei are not taking any prisoners. They take down the tier 2 on the mid lane. Malcolm Legacy finds the kill. And that's Rain trying to escape the British Passion. And Malcolm tries to chase him down. Zetsumei, the team fight has backfired as they try to retreat and leaving the Lord uncontested to Crimson Era.
Yeah, you can see what I said about the CRB just now. Look at how he almost deleted let's just say deleted, because she died in the end. Because that boss was just too much for the Camilla as well. She went from full health to less than half health in just, I think, one ultimate.
Yeah. And that was a swift turn of events, man, because Zetsumei went from zoning Crimson Era out to retreating and abandoning the Lord for an uncontested one for Crimson Era. It was, it was like a flip over and a serious turn of events, really, man. A move that was made to try for cleanup ended up in them retreating.
Immediately Kane died. I believe that team part was over for them, but they I can understand their reasoning though. The main damage Soka is already dead, like the Gato is already dead, so we should be able to finish off the okay.
Yeah,
they believe that the rest easily, but I don't think time is on their side anymore. We're already getting to the late game, and all the heroes are already scaling up. So now it's not.
Yeah, but that's the cotton core being used on Tunechi. Okay, gets in, dives there. With the bottom execution, will miss from Malcolm. Wow, that was a close one for Tunechi. He might have been deleted by that, but then dives in, long shot to escape though. Malcolm, okay, he's trying to actually style, but there's still a 5 death and no single kill on this man. So he definitely needs more work and more effort in this jungle. But no, the Crimson Era, the Lord has been melted down, and that's Zetsumei doing their job when it comes to the wave management.
Yeah, but I think they put this on themselves though. I don't know. The legacy is already scaling up now. I think this game will be based on how well it can play and how well it can position. If they're able to get legacy, I think they can win the team fight. But if not, they might just continue suffering just like this.
Yeah, Kane is definitely one of the persons that is on their hit list, and he knows that, so he's staying in the back lines there, being protected by anti-hero. But both teams are just wave clear right now. They're just busy with wave management, and Yorichi just making sure he defends Legacy with everything he has. If they're gonna take this game, Legacy and Tony is a crucial equation, a crucial part of that equation for their victory if they do take this game.
Yeah, and we can see that most of their turning points came from Legacy and Tony being just consistent to what they are doing, and the KDA is already catching up. They're already halfway there. But in terms of turrets, I think Crimson Era is winning in terms of turrets.
Yeah, they are right now. But then you can see that two are left for Crimson Era, and there's just one in the center there. Okay, anti-hero. Okay, it's starting to look like and the slight engagement here. But anti-hero, okay, that's the buoyant bounce and the cost blast. But no, Pog not willing to commit just yet. Just poking it out. That's the thing about the CC. You've got a lot of mobility there. So you can afford to feign an engagement. Legacy starting out the Lord here and not waiting for any engagements or any zoning out from Zetsumei. The Lord is nearly 75% HP, almost half HP now. Taunt Rose comes up from Malcolm. Crimson Era. But no, the flash can come out. That's the response from Zetsumei. They pull up there. And that's the AOG from the other side. Trinity finds Legacy in the back. Malcolm still takes the Lord. With battle execution to get out. Bob will be the sacrifice. And Yorichi as well. And that's a 3-for-none trade in favor of Zetsumei. Is that a worthy sacrifice for the Lord, Fisayo?
I doubt that. I doubt that because the Lord is going to be coming out now, but they might be able to take this inhibitor.
Yeah, they might be able to take it, but then the Malcolm has to recall they need him right now. The base is almost melted, and that's the thing, melting the base down as Zetsumei. They will not wait for that Lord. They take game 2, and that is not a fair play for Crimson Era. They will lose a crushing defeat against Zetsumei in a 2-0 defeat. Really, Fisayo, I mean, I think it was that last Lord trade they did there. I think that was what cost them the match.
Yeah, but the thing is, Zetsumei, they really played that well because immediately the Black Dragon form came out, they went straight for Legacy, nothing else. The Camilla, the Yuzong, they were in his face for like a full 15 seconds, just dealing the damage, even though he was healing, was trying to heal back with the life steal. They were just there dealing damage. I think that was one of the reasons why they lost a lot because they were so focused on legacy that they forgot that they had a neutral objective to take. But I think in the end, it paid dividend because without anybody to clear that wave, they were able to gain access to the base and destroy it. Since Kane was still alive, just shredded the base.
Yeah, and then we also have to talk about Malcolm's positioning in that last minute, man. They really needed him to defend, but he wasn't there, man. He just left the base to Tony, and Tony, that's the thing about the Justin. You can't exactly defend alone if you're a Justin, but then what happened has happened, and the game is over, and we have to call it a night here, guys. Thanks so much for all who tuned in to the game. Unfortunately, there had to be one winner, and that was Zetsumei and Crimson Era. Better luck next time. But really, Fisayo, any final words before we call it a night?
Yeah, well, nothing much. Just that even I had a lot of fun watching the matches, and like you said, there just had to be one winner. Even though we're all rooting for, sorry, I can't speak for everyone, but I was kind of rooting for Crimson Era. I was hoping they can also pick themselves up and play something because towards the end they were giving us hope, but Zetsumei said, "Nah, let's crush the hope and crush them in a dominating defeat."
Well, definitely. And we all saw what happened, guys. So, yeah, that will be the end of tonight's stream. See you guys in the next game. And that will be it for tonight, guys. Good night.